Hello there. Today we are working with Bootstrap 4. I have loaded the template that is available on the getbootstrap.com site. I believe that's the address. However, the link is going to be just above this video inside the lecture. You'll notice that I have put in a lot of different comments inside this file. This is the template Bootstrap 4 with comments.html. I wanted to go through this a little bit with you because I thought there were some things you may not have experienced yet at Hack. So we're just going to talk about what you see on the page. Okay, very first thing, required meta tags. You guys are familiar with these. I'm not going to worry about this. However, down below here, you'll see on line 8 that I've got a note here for you that tells you that we're working with Bootstrap 4, which is the build of 4.3.1. You may have the same results that I get if you use this same version. So check the code that you get from the Get Bootstrap site and make sure that they match up. Okay, so this video was being created in November 2019. If you're viewing this after that, they may be a little bit different. As I scroll down a little bit, you can see that I've got here on line 12 a little comment that says your CSS. So in fact, this is where I want you to link out to your personal style sheet that you're going to be creating for the code that we work on. The title of this page is just simply sampler template. So if I open this up in a browser window, you would just see that page up here at the top. Other things, as we scroll down, lines 18 through 24, this is the page header that displays inside the Chrome. Down at line 25, I've got a section of code that I have commented out for you. This has to do with the nesting of containers and rows and those guys, containers, rows, and columns. So you saw that information inside the lecture that containers hold rows, rows hold columns, and the column holds the content. That really just talks about how things are nested, and I wanted you to see it here in action. So I have a section with a class of container, opening and closing section. Inside that is a opening and closing div with a class of row. Inside that is going to be a div with a class of call, that's your column, with opening and closing div tags. And then inside that call div is where your content is going to go. So I put this here so you can just copy and paste it so you don't have to do all that repetitive typing. And I have a very helpful line here that says put all of your code below this line. So don't touch anything above unless you need to change the location of your master style sheet. Okay? Okay. Down at the bottom of the page, you probably saw a lot of scripts that link out to JavaScript files. Let's talk about these a little bit. These are optional files. If you want any kind of interactivity on your page, you will need to have this. Bootstrap does have some built-in interactivity, so let's just talk about what you can see in these files. When I was looking through the sources, if I were a student, I would probably have a couple of questions. Like, I saw this. I know that you guys know what the JS is, that's JavaScript, but you may not know what .min or .slim are. So let's start off with the first one, .min. That is for minification, .min. Minification refers to the process of removing unnecessary or redundant data without affecting how the resource is processed by the browser. For example, you'd get rid of code comments or formatting like indentations or going down to a new line. You would also remove unused code. You could use shorter variable and function names, etc., etc., etc. If you'd like to learn more about minification or find devices or find apps that can help you do this, I have a link for you that will take you out to some of those resources. So that is what minification is. It basically just makes the file a lot smaller. And whenever you load something up to a server, you have to be concerned about server server load, which is the amount of time and amount of resources that it's going to have. Okay, so the second part of that, the .slim part. So that really refers to the kind of jQuery file that you're going to download. So what is a slim jQuery file? It is a build that excludes the Ajax and effects modules. Let me say that again. It excludes, gets rid of, the Ajax and effects modules and is therefore smaller than the other builds. This is incredibly important. So there is some stuff that if you want to add some extra interactivity into your Bootstrap website, you need to know about this. So why? The reason why is that Bootstrap uses a slim jQuery file, and this means that if you're building with Bootstrap and plan on adding any extra interactivity which relies on Ajax or effects, you'll have to load the full jQuery library instead. So I am saving you some headaches. Just know that we are working with a slim jQuery file that doesn't have the full spectrum of Ajax and the full spectrum of effects modules. Okay, that's important. The next script line that you'll see down there has something called Cloudflare. Now, Cloudflare is important. Cloudflare is a service that helps to increase performance and speed of your website. It has services like CDNs, DDoS attack protection, free domain name services, and it caches the static content of your website and delivers the result in a much faster way. The bottom line is that Cloudflare speeds up your sites. Many commercial companies are using this, and that's a good thing. Okay, so if you want to know more about Cloudflare, I have this link down there for you. Last but not least, I noticed this, StackPath. Let's talk about what StackPath is. StackPath is a platform of secure internet services built at the cloud's edge. Can you tell that I got that directly from the marketing on the website? Okay, StackPath services enable developers to build protection and performance into any cloud-based solution from apps to games, websites, and beyond without needing cloud security and delivery expertise of their own. Okay, so it enhances cloud security, etc., etc. If you want to learn more about StackPath, the link for that is here. The rest of this template should be pretty self-explanatory. So I do want you to notice that whenever I found something that I thought that you guys might have a problem with, like, what is Cloudflare, what is minimizing, what is, a CDN or that kind of stuff, I broke it down and then I went out and researched it and I came back. You can do the same thing whenever you encounter something like this in one of the files that you run across sometime down the road. So research is your friend. Okay, guys, in the next video, we will actually start coding. I'll see you there.